Hi, and welcome back to our kitchen. Come on in and sit down and have a cup of coffee with me. Today we're going to do my Grandma Flossie's ground beef vegetable stew. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. First of all, I'm using an Instant Pot, which she never had. This can be done on the stove just the same as it is in here, in case you say, well, and then I don't have an Instant Pot. Well, put a pot on the stove and do the same thing as I'm doing now, because that's all this is. The beauty of the Instant Pot, and I don't get paid for this, beauty of the Instant Pot is if you have meats or hard vegetables such as carrots or potatoes or whatever, it cooks it in a shorter time than on the stove, and that's the advantage of it when you don't have too much time. So let's get started. I put my Instant Pot on saute, just like you would on a stove with your burner on. And we're going to put a pound of ground beef in there. Now this is very frugal because as you know, all the beef and all the chicken and everything costs so much. I can't afford a steak. Not anymore. I went there the other day and I was looking at even roasts. And I know you can cut them up and use them along the way, and that's probably what I'll do for stew meat. But they were so expensive, and I says, well, what's people supposed to do? And I guess the answer is to go vegetarian. And I'm not sure about the produce costs. I'll have to check it out because I don't remember what I used to pay. So this is still frozen. That's why I'm trying to break it apart. It sat in the refrigerator all night, but it didn't thaw out. And you can put frozen meat into your Instant Pot. That's the beauty of it. You can put frozen chicken breasts in there and just add them in it to the cook time, and it'll thaw them out and cook them just like if they were thawed. Okay. Whoops. As usual, the recipe will be down below. I always type it out after I'm done in the show more or the more section on your phone or your computer. And so I have one onion here that I chopped up. This is a sweet onion. I'm going to put that in with the hamburger. Also, I want to season my meat, so I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning in here. This is going to be like a tomato tasting, maybe spaghetti sauce tasting, I don't know. So I'm going to season that with that and some salt, very little salt, just a pinch. And then some pepper, about a teaspoon of pepper, because we like a lot of pepper, but if you don't, add less or just leave it out. And I'm going to saute the meat with the with the onions, and I'll be right back. Okay, my burger, the ground beef, I should say. By the way, you can use ground chicken, ground turkey, whatever you want, whatever your preference is. If you don't want meat, don't put it in. It's just that we like it, so we use it. I'm going to do my paper towel trick on the grease that's in there. And it's not really grease. Well, it is grease, but there's a lot of liquid from the meat being frozen. Instead of picking this up and trying to dump the grease out, I do it this way. And it's a lot easier for me because I wouldn't be able to do that. A little bit more, and I'll get it. I won't get it all, but I'll get most of it. Hope you're having a great day. I hope this recipe is a short one that you can cook, especially in the Instant Pot for a dinner. Whoops, lost some of my ground beef. Okay, now we want to add some garlic. I'm going to put a tablespoon of minced garlic. If you don't like it, use less. If you don't really like it, leave it out. Okay, now we're going to add a whole can of tomato paste. Sorry for the pounding on film. Sometimes it comes out real loud. Okay, now we're going to stir the garlic and the tomato paste into the burger meat or the ground beef. This lets the tomato paste cook a little bit on the bottom of the Instant Pot and get a little bit brown, and it lets the garlic cook a little bit without burning. Okay, now we go to the vegetables. Here I chopped up a half of a cauliflower. I chopped up some baby tomatoes, carrots, and I sliced a red bell pepper. So these are going to go in first because they are the hard vegetables. Also, I have 2 pretty good sized tomatoes that I'm going to put in here. And if you don't have fresh tomatoes, which probably this is fall and everybody's bringing their garden, the last of their garden in, you might have some tomatoes you need to get rid of. And I'm going to stir this around. I got to scrape the bottom. And then we're going to put our liquid in. I've got 5 cups of beef broth. Now, if you don't have beef broth, you can use vegetable broth, you can use chicken broth, or you can use water if you want. I prefer the broth. We're going to let these vegetables cook down, and then we have more to go in when it finishes cooking. Okay, this is 4 cups right here, this container. That's 4 cups. And I have one left over from another recipe right here. It's another cup. So 5 cups total. This is a real great fall recipe because you can throw whatever you want in there. If you have squash, if you have anything from your garden, zucchini would go good in here too. So you can throw anything you want in here. We're going to put the lid on. Make sure it's on seal, not vent. And I'm going to turn off the saute button by canceling it. And then I'm going to push the pressure cook, and I'm going to set it for 5 minutes. start. And we'll be back. Okay, we've let the steam out of the Instant Pot and the pin has dropped. So I'm going to take this off of here, take it away from my arm so I don't burn myself. And I'll put it down here on the counter. Okay, this is what we have. And I still have vegetables to go. So I'm going to put it on saute. And the reason I'm putting these in at the end because they're canned. They're already cooked except for the frozen peas. I like them frozen. I don't like canned peas. So this is what I like to do. And we want it to come to a boil again. And we are going to have a big pot of veggie soup. Ouch. Sorry. I hit my thumb on the side of the pot. Okay, now I'm going to have this come up to a boil. We're going to have it cook for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to taste it. Okay, we've brought this up to a boil, and I've boiled it for about 5 minutes. Now is the time you want to taste it. And what you do is you get some broth, and you blow on it. Needs a little bit more salt. And I'm just going to take a pinch between my fingers. And I think total we probably put in half a teaspoon of salt. I had to taste it because the beef broth was low sodium. Okay, I'm going to turn this off, cancel. And we're going to put it in the bowl. Make sure you get some of that ground beef on the bottom. This is a hearty winter soup that can last you for a long time. As you can see, it makes a lot. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have to freeze half of it so we can have dinners when it gets real cold, because there's only the two of us. And I'm glad you came along to watch this video. If you liked it, please push the like button, the thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. And subscribers that are already here, welcome back. Thank you very much. And new subscribers, I'm glad to see you. It's really hot, so I'm going to dive in a minute. Very good. Come back and join us again. If you see the subscribe button and there's a bell, it says all. So the next time you come back on YouTube and you click the bell at the top of the screen, it'll show you my new videos. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Love you. Bye.